What's up, guys? Once again, welcome back to the channel. As you know by now, this is Conversations with Dave. For those of you that are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And for those of you that have been here for the past two videos, remember, engagement in the comment sections, and don't forget to like. So guys, we've already established most of us want to be successful. We want to actually achieve our goals, our visions, and the long-term success we've basically set out for ourselves, right? So if you look at where you are right now in life and you look at where your vision is, your objectives are, and your goals are, there's a gap in between that. And the reason why I say there's a gap in between that is because it's there for a purpose. And the purpose is for you to work. Now, the only way you can close down that gap is as you work progressively towards your goals and the long-term success you want to achieve in the long run, which means also becoming the best version of yourselves. But along the way, there are certain traits that we need to develop. There are certain traits that we need to master in order for us to be relentless in terms of us achieving what we want to achieve in life. And those traits are basically being disciplined, focused, dedicated, and being consistent. All right, so if you can understand that, that is one of the first steps you need to take in order for you to reach the goals you want to achieve. But then again, along the way, along your journey of you wanting to achieve the great success that you've planned out for yourself, there are certain mentors in our life. There are people we aspire to be like, people who are our role models at the same time. Now, these people, whenever we engage with them or whenever they're being interviewed, they'll usually tell you that in order for you to be successful, you need to be consistent. But then again, I ask the question, when it comes to the trait of being consistent, is it just being consistent or there's more to it? Just think about that for a second. They're 100% correct in saying that you need to be consistent in order for you to achieve the goals and the success you desire in this life. They're 100% correct. But don't you think there's more depth to it? And sometimes, don't you actually think that the phrase, you need to be consistent, is vaguely used? Think about this. These are things you need to think of as you go along, all right? You need to think of it, you need to understand it, you need to have the full grasp of it. The reason why I'm saying it's vaguely used, you can be consistent at anything. For example, for myself, I found myself in situations or positions in life where I was very consistent at doing the wrong things. Many people would say the same thing, they'll agree with me. And I found myself in these positions because I was doing the wrong things on a consistent basis. Let me give you another example. Back in 2016 and 17, very focused guy. I knew what I wanted, I knew my vision, I knew the goals I want to achieve. But then, as time went on, I fell off the rail. How did I fall off the rail? I started going out a lot. Every weekend I was going out, drinking heavily, doing the wrong thing, engaging with the wrong people, even engaging with the wrong women at the same time, where I'd find myself losing a lot of money, losing myself in the process, and I was very consistent at doing that. And it left me in a position where I was declining in life. As much as I was very young and people will say, nah, you needed to explore, you needed to understand. Yes, I learned from it. But when I think about it, if I was still consistent in doing the right things, applying the right action to being consistent in what I want to achieve, perhaps I would have been further. Not to say I'm regretting anything, because lessons learned, I've got a good head on my shoulders now, and I know what I really want. And now when I fast forward to where I am and where I'm headed, the future looks even brighter, because I always knew when I sorted myself out, I wanted to be an MC corporate, which I achieved. I'm making more money than I used to in terms of my 9 to 5. Number one, I wanted to become a voiceover artist. I mastered the skill of becoming a voiceover artist. I got gigs in that, made extra money on top of that, all right? And other goals that I've set out for myself, I'm also starting to achieve. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're going to be consistent and if you want to experience the true power of consistency, you need to apply the right actions to it. Your actions need to be in line with the vision and mission and the objectives that you usually set out for yourself in order for you to experience and see the true power of consistency, to actually see yourself progress in the right way. All right. So if you can actually understand how to use consistency to your benefit, where it can propel you to reach your goals, then only can you really say that in order for you to achieve your goals, you need to be consistent, but you need to be saying, I need to be consistent at applying the right actions in order for me to get to where I want to be in life and to achieve long-term success. All right, guys, I'm not where I want to be, but one thing I can tell you, I am in a better position than I was a few years ago. All right, so these things take time. As long as you apply the right actions in terms of being consistent, then at the end of the day, the rest starts to fall into place gradually. Now, when I mean these things fall into place gradually, it doesn't mean if you're applying the right actions towards consistency that everything you want to achieve is going to happen overnight. No, it doesn't work like that. Like I said, you need to have the traits of being disciplined. You need to be dedicated. You need to actually be focused as well. And once you master these traits, all three of them, it actually ends up turning into diligence at the same time. So, to end it off, consistency is definitely key. Don't get that wrong. Consistency is key, but consistency matters when you apply the correct actions towards it. All right. So I hope you understood. I hope it makes sense. And I actually hope that you get the full grasp of the power of consistency. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'm out of here.